Shalom lekulam. Baruch Hashem, this parashat talks about Avraham Avinu and Yitzchak Avinu. Ele Toldot Yitzchak ben Avraham. Avraham holid et Yitzchak. And we see Baruch Hashem in Sefer Bereshit, as we learned before, it's not packed with mitzvot, but it's definitely packed with the way we should act in life, midot and derech eretz, the way we should talk, the way we should behave. The whole Sefer Bereshit, actually, this is the main reason why Hashem put that book before all the other ones, Shemot, Vaikra, Bamidbar, Dvarim. It's because if you don't have derech eretz, you don't have midot. So you're learning Torah all day doing what? If you see a person that learns Torah all day, goes and learning and Baruch Hashem in classes and the day and at night, but he's the same person. Nothing is changing. Still talks Lashon Hara about everyone. Still gossip. And still getting angry. And still this and still that. So what's really your Torah? The Torah is supposed to change the person. When a person learns Torah all the time and is not changing, that means he's not learning. It's impossible. It's impossible to learn Torah and not to change. So Sefer Bereshit actually comes to teach us really how to behave and how to talk and how to act. And look at Adam and Chava. Look at Avraham and Sarah, Yitzchak and Rivka, Yaakov, Rachel and Leah. Each husband and wife, look how they talk to the wife. Look how they answer the husband. Their husband was God for them. The wife was God for them. My wife, she's my priority. No one comes before her, not even my parents. And my husband, the same thing. But today I want to talk about the parasha, not husband and wife. I want to talk today about the kids. Yitzchak Avinu, 37 years old. If you think about it, 37 years old, Yitzchak Avinu. His father, Avraham Avinu, 137 years. And he takes his son to shecht him in the Akedah. And we see something that we don't understand. If a father, an old man, goes to shecht his son, 37 years old, that boy is supposed to tell his father, Daddy, I don't understand you. For 100 years you're praying to God to have a kid. Finally, 100 years old, God says, you know what, I'll give you one. And what you do with this child, you shecht him. Daddy, I'm sorry. I don't want to say something is wrong with you, Chaz v'Shalom, but I'm sorry. Find somebody else to shecht, not me. Hashem told you that Am Yisrael will come for me. Hashem says, Am Yisrael will come for me and you're going to shecht me? Come on, Daddy. Yitzchak said it? No. Yitzchak says to his father, Abba, please do exactly what God told you. Don't hesitate. Don't feel bad for me. If that's what Hashem told you to do, please do it, Abba. And not just that, do it b'simcha. Which son will talk to his father like this? Unless the father really, really disciplined the kids in the perfect way. A father that teach the kids the right way, they become like that. Avraham Avinu teach his son Yitzchak to love Hashem so much that for Yitzchak he was like, Daddy, make sure you do the halacha right. Don't miss it. Make sure you shecht me the right way, just like the way God asked you to do. What a son do that? When the son look at his parents and they are a role model for him, he will listen to them. But if a son lives in a house that he feels, a son or a daughter, whatever it may be, feels like a maid. Moshe do this, Rachel do that, check who's in the door, who's coming, did you call this guy, you do this, hello, I don't work for you. It doesn't mean because you my parent, you can treat me the way you want. Some people, Chaz v'Shalom, some, not many, but thank God, they think because they are my kids, I can talk to them the way I want. I can tell them whatever I'm in the mood to say, whatever I feel like it. But the Torah doesn't say that. Even though she's your daughter, you have to respect her. No. She have to respect me. I'm her father. Yes, she have to do kibud av va'em. But you as a parent, you need to learn your own halachot. How to treat your kids also. That doesn't mean because she's my daughter or he's my son, I can yell at them and I can scream at them and I can beat them up and I can embarrass them and I can do whatever I want because I am the parent. Well, I'm sorry to disappoint you. I never saw it in any book. I didn't see any one book. And thank God I read a lot so far, Baruch Hashem, hundreds of books. I didn't see any book that says, you know what, because you're the father or because you're the mother, you're allowed to put your daughter down, to embarrass her and your son. Of course you can do it. No one book said it. You can't hurt them. They're also humans, the people, they have their own opinion. Just because you're my father or just because you're my mother, that means I don't have my own opinion? What about asking me as your kid also as your child? What do you think? I'm 17 years old, I'm 16 years old, I'm 18 years old, I'm 20 years old. I am your child, yeah, but do you mind asking me also what I think? Now, your opinion doesn't mean nothing to us. We're your parents and you have to listen to us. It doesn't work in the Torah like that. And we look at Sefer Bereshit, how the husbands talk to the wife with such a kavod, such a respect, such an honor. Did you find anyone in the Torah that yell and scream at his wife? Any wife that yell and scream at her husband? Did you find? Yaakov Avinu, Avraham, Yitzchak, Avraham and Ishmael, Muslims. Avraham and Ishmael, did he yell at him? Did he scream at him? Did he put him down? He hurt him to take him out of the house. Sarah says, I don't want him here. And he says, no, why? Leave him. He hurt him so much to throw Ishmael out. And I don't want to tell you here in the class, I'm embarrassed to tell you what Ishmael did, that Avraham Avinu had all the reasons to throw him out of the house. And yet, he didn't. Till Hashem told him, listen to your wife. So that's mean if we learn Sefer Bereshit, we'll see that there is a way to talk to our children. And sometimes, chas v'shalom, parents that think they know it all, the damage that you can do sometimes, I'm not saying it's not reversible, but it's close to it. A lot of kids grew up in the wrong house, in the wrong environment, and the parents that didn't know how to treat the kids. Constantly screaming at them and yelling at them and putting them down. No positive, say something positive. You look nice, you this, you that, I'm proud of you, you're good in school, you have so many friends, you're such a good kid. Positive, we don't see many positive. But negative, yeah, we do here. You lazy bum, you're a couch potato, you this, you that, you're not moving, you're not working, you're not reading books, you all do is watching all day. Is it true or not? I don't know. Is it right to put a kid down? Definitely not. And some parents, they feel, because I'm the parents, I can do it. I'm not asking not to ask your kids anything. You're allowed. If you need something, you ask. Why not? It's my child, do a mitzvah, kibud avayim, go for it. But to ask them 24/7 like they have no life and only you, it's not comfortable. That's why the Torah says you ask your kids what you need. But a lot of rabbis, Reb Shlomo Zalman Auerbach and Chacham Ovadia Yosef, all the Gedolim, did you see them bothering their children, bring me this and bring me that and buy me this and buy me that and just constantly serving me? No. There is no mitzvah to make the child serve you 24/7. He needs or she needs their space also. They want to play games. They want to read books. They want to watch something. Constantly to bother them? Why? There is no mitzvah to bother the child 24/7. And I'm not talking about those parents that don't even ask the kids, how was your day? How you doing? How are you? Are you hungry? Are you thirsty? Is everything fine? You need something? I'm not talking about those parents that don't even ask those questions. Listen, as long as the son, as long as my daughter, never come and complain to me, why should I ask her how she's doing? Why should I ask him how you're doing? If he needs something, he knows how to approach me and say, Daddy, I need this and that. Why not to ask them how you're doing? Why not to see, to show them I care for you, I care how was your day, I care how was your school, I care if you're hungry or not, I care if you need new sneakers or not, I care. as a parent. Why not? Why not to make the kids feel, wow, my parents love me. Wow, they ask about me. They care what I have or not. You know how good the child feels when you care about him? So I'm not saying don't ask, but not too much. Some kids don't want to come home because the second they come home, all they do is serving the parents 24/7. Give me this, pass me that. Check who's in the door. Give me the phone. Give me the remote control. Make me coffee. Come on. You know, they need also to come from school. They want to rest a little bit. So ask them, but not too much. And if you're smart, the best way is to ask your kids in a way that the child feel, I'm doing my parents a chesed. I'm doing a mitzvah now. Wow, I'm so happy. My parents, I can do a mitzvah now. Don't let the child feel like you have to do what I'm telling you. I'm your parents. You have to do it. No, don't treat the kids that way. Have to do it or not, it's something else. But let the child feel like, I love to help my parents. Because you're always giving me feelings, wow, you're such a big help. I don't know how to thank you. You know, thank you so much. Yeah, it's not busha. It's not a busha to thank the kids and tell them like you really big help in the house. Thank you for everything what you're doing. Even once a week. One of the Rabbanim, I forgot his name, he says, even Friday, once a week. You know, David, come here for a second. You know, this week really, the store and here in my car, and you know, you really helped me a lot this week. You know, I really want to thank you. I know the child going to look at you like, Daddy, you okay? He's going to look at you like, yeah, the kid needs to hear it. That my father acknowledged what I'm doing for him. My mother acknowledged what I'm doing for her. The kids needs to hear it. Oh, I have to do it because they're my parents. And if I don't do it, oh boy, you don't know what's going to be. Why the kid have to feel that way? Let the kid help you. But at the same time, let him feel I'm doing chesed. My parents really need my help. Wow, I love to help my parents. Give him that feeling. And number 3, satisfaction, sipuk. Sipuk means it's the kid need to have satisfaction, like, you know, my parents, when I help them, like I feel bad. Without me, they won't be able to do it. I'm so happy I can help them. Give him the feeling like he's needed. You know, chas v'shalom, when a person feels in this world not needed, that's the worst you can do to a person. And if the child reached that level, that's a very, very bad it's a red light. You better wake up. If the child doesn't feel he needs it, and I'm only here because you need a maid in the house, that's very bad. People, chas v'shalom, that lose their life and they don't want to live anymore, it's usually those people that, you know, no one cares for me. No one calls me. No one texts me. No one cares how I'm doing. I spoke to a lady today that years ago, she lost her husband. And I'm not going to say how many kids she have. I don't want to recognize who I'm talking to. But she lost her husband years ago. She told me, you think someone called me? You think someone check how I'm doing? How I support my family? I'm okay with the money? Do I have enough parnasa? You know, I don't have a husband. I have only kids. I take care of myself, the house, mortgage, rent, tuition, schools, my kids. Did anyone call me and ask me, oh, Mrs. So-and-so, how are you doing? How is everything? Are you okay? Is there anything I can do for you? When a person knows there is a widow in his neighborhood, chas v'shalom, she have no husband, she struggled in life. Such a big mitzvah to be there for her, to see how she's doing, how can I help her? If a person doesn't feel he's needed in this world, why to stay here? The child needs to feel, my parents doesn't give me orders, my parents need me. And many times you see kids, I hear it myself many times. Oh, I have to go home. What happened? I have to help my parents. He feels like he can't wait to go home to help them. You know why? Because the parents give him the feelings, Wow, thank you for coming. Thank you. You help us so much. I love you. Come, can I give you a hug? Come here. Come here. Let me give you a hug. Come here. The child feels like it's such a good feeling that you do something and someone appreciates it. So this is the way the parents needs to give the kids the feelings, and not chas v'shalom. As one child told me, 17 years old kid, he says, Rav Meir, ההורים שלי משגעים אותי. My parents are driving me crazy. I don't know what's the story in the house, but all I know is this kid's suffering. And if I talk to the parents, they'll say, listen, he have his own room, I'm paying tuitions for his school, he have car, he have this, he have that, all the gadgets he needs. What's wrong with him? Sometimes it's not just giving the kids whatever it's in this world, the iPad, iPhone, this and that. Sometimes he wants you. Not what you're giving me. I want you, my father. I want you, my mother. I want you. You sit with me. You talk to me. You hug me. You ask me how was your day. You give me compliments. You, my parents. We think by giving them the gadgets and everything, wow, I'm doing so much for my kid. Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you. But sometimes the kids need more than that. They need your time. They need you to evaluate, to see how they're doing, how's everything in school, and so on. That's important for the kids. When your child, you come and you buy him an iPad, you buy a phone, your kid's an iPhone, you buy him a Game Boy, you buy him Xbox, whatever you call it. When you buy your child a toy, tell me the truth. You buy your child a toy to make your child happy, or you buy him a toy, here, take it, leave me alone, stop driving me crazy, go play. I'm buying him a toy because I love him, he deserves it, or because when he's busy playing, thank God he's leaving me alone, he drives me nuts. So you buy the toy for yourself, really. So why are we buying them toys? Come the Torah in Sefer Bereshit, and the Torah said that we learned from the parents. We learned from Abraham, Yitzchak, and Yaakov. We learned from them the way to talk to kids. Even if you don't have money, you can give them more than money. Give them yourself. Give them time. If a person have time, give time for the kids, Baruch Hashem, the kids, too much sometimes, maybe the kid doesn't like it. But not at all, that's also wrong. Now you might tell me, Rabbi, you know my schedule? You know how busy I am? You think I have time? I don't have to tell you how wrong is this woman. How wrong is this father? I don't have to tell you. You don't have time for your kid, I understand. But it's not a kid. It's your laptop. It's your iPhone. It's your Instagram. It's your Facebook. It's your Twitter. It's all this garbage. Busy with this 24/7, so of course, when do you have time for your kids? I'm not talking about when do you have time for your wife, or when you have time for your husband. The Torah says, "Uvelechtecha baderech, ubeshukvecha uvkumecha." Yeah, Shema Yisrael, not the phone. People sleep with the phone, and they wake up with the phone, and the phone is under the pillow, and they walk with the phone, and they sleep, and they come, and they eat. Everything is with the phone. I wish we'd read the Sefer Tehillim like this. You sleep with Sefer Tehillim, and you wake up with Sefer Tehillim, and you carry Tehillim with you everywhere you go. Yeah, I wish that. If we would treat Tehillim the way we treat the phone, Mashiach is going to come tomorrow, for sure. For sure. So the Torah says, when a person, chas v'shalom, doesn't give the child the feeling that maybe, chas v'shalom, that he feels my parents don't love me, and then they asking why he's OTD. Why my child is off the derech. Could be many reasons. But at least you know you did your share. I gave him his love as much as I can. I care for him. I did the best for him. As long as you know I did it. Okay, fine. But not to do it and then to ask why is, usually, most of the kids, they have so much, the right chinuch at home, they won't be off the derech so fast. But if chas v'shalom, the father is too busy and the mother is too busy, and when the people wake up, when something happened, when they hear outside something happened with a child or this and that, chas v'shalom, Then they're like, oh, what happened now? And oh, now you woke up before what happened. I'm saying this class because it hurts me to see so many times the way the parents treat their kids at home, in the supermarket, at the store, at the shuls, at the weddings. And I see some parents, they need chinuch, not the kids. They need. So harsh on a child. Like, even if not hitting him, chas v'shalom, but the face you give the kid and the way you talk to him, and the way you treat her, and the way you talk to her and insult her, and you have no problem putting her down, and then you wonder why they can't wait to leave the house? Avraham and Yitzchak tells his father, Abba, do exactly what you need. Don't worry about me. If God told you shecht me, fine, shecht me. If that's what God says, of course do it. What a chinuch. What a role model. We have to be a role model for the kids. I'm going to raise my kids just the way my parents raised me. Well, it's not going to work, my dear friend. It's not going to work. When your parents raised you 40 years ago, 50 years ago, I don't know how many years ago, you didn't have all the gadgets we have today. You had no iPhone, no iTunes, you didn't even have internet, no computers. What you had? Nothing. Of course your parents raised you different. What, they gave you a bicycle only? If you're lucky? It's a different generation. When I was a kid, my father used to look at me in my eyes. That was enough. Shabbat, and a guest came over and I was maybe taking too much candies or I said something wrong. All he had to do, my father, just to give me a look, and I saw his eyes and I said, oh boy, I'm in trouble. When the guest's going to go home, I am in trouble. Just look at me. Today, the father look at the son's eyes. The son will say, Abba, are you okay? Something wrong with your eyes, Abba? Is everything okay, Daddy? He's not going to be afraid or shy or embarrassed or, I upset my father. Look at the way he looked at me. Today, it's different. You look at them and you're like, Daddy, what happened? You okay? What happened? It's a different generation. We are in a different generation. You want to raise them the way your parents raised you? Why? Maybe chas v'shalom, I don't know, but maybe your parents, they beat you up a lot till you became who you are today. So what, shall I hit my kids also to be what they are today? Shall I hit them also? What should I do? Makot? A kid told me one time, he says, Rabbi, I heard your class. My parents have no clue what's flying today. A kid told me that. He says, I heard your shiur, Rabbi, but I'll be honest with you. My parents have no clue what's flying. My kids come home, he's quiet, she's quiet. Maybe chas v'shalom, maybe, I don't know, she have a boyfriend, maybe he have a girlfriend, I don't know. He's happy in school, he's sad in school, he's fine. He have good friends, bad friend, good influence, bad influence. The parents have no idea. The kid come home, hi, how are you, goes to his room. That's it. Thank God, if it's Shabbat, we can meet on the table and talk. But we don't have. We grew up, we have to do everything. The kids today, everything is ready. You take a pizza, 4 minutes, it's in the microwave, it's ready. But with your finger, you play with the phone, you get whatever you want. How many times parents ask the kids for help? The first things you hear is, why? You ask yourself, why my kids don't want to help me? All I did, I asked my daughter for help a few minutes. Why she give me a sour face? I asked my son for help. Why he goes, what happened? You don't want to help your parents? Did you train your kids since they're little kid? Did you slowly train them to come and help? You're such a big helper. I'm so proud of you. Did you train them? You went shopping. You give your son or daughter a bag. Go get me 5 potatoes. Get me 4 cucumbers. Go get me. Did you train them? You went shopping with them. You teach them how to shop, how to buy. No, nothing. And then when they grow, you ask them for help. This kid never helped his parents. You never asked me for anything because I was never exist for you. Now I'm 16, 17 years old. You want my help. I don't know what is it to help because you never trained me to help. And then we wonder, why are my kids like this? Why are our kids like that? What happened? They got used to do nothing. Train them in the right way with compliments and so on. That's the right way to raise the kids. Again, I'm saying things here in the majority. Could be for this child it works, for the other kid it doesn't work. Could be this class good for this family, maybe for not that family. But at least to know the basic things that I don't want parents to feel, Rabbi, what you talking about? We're doing so much and yet my kid is this and that. You're right. Could be school, could be influence, could be movies, could be so many things. But at least you should know I did the best I can. So when the parents do that, and when the parents feel I did the best I can, fine, I have no complaint. But if you don't, for example, I'll give you an example. Ha'arot means like, in Hebrew, let's call it a nudnik. They call it, in Hebrew, nudnik. Constantly, you tell the kid something. And of course, it's not possible. Who did the dishes? Sarah. Look, the dish is still dirty. Who did this, that? Oh, this is still, oh, this is crooked like you. Oh, who fixed this? Oh, whatever it may be, you always negative. Or, how many times I heard some kids, my parents wants to control me. The kid doesn't feel that you care for him, and whatever you do is for your own good. I love you, kid. You're my child. I love you. I'm doing it for your own good. The kid don't feel it. You know what the child feels? My parents wants to boss me around all day. They want to control me. Ask them whatever you want, but let him feel, I'm not controlling you. I'm not your boss. You want coffee? David, come 1 second. If you don't mind, please, can you make me coffee in the kitchen? You're such a big help. God bless you. What's wrong with throwing a beracha to the child? What's wrong with throwing a compliment? You're such a big help. What's wrong with saying a good word? Dave, can I have coffee, please? Thank you. Maze, computer? What is it? The kids see it. And when they feel it, and they see that, I'm just here to serve you. And then the child feels, why to come home fast? If I come home, I'm only going to be somebody maid. So I'm not going to come home. Or for example, if a child talks to you, and you're on the phone, and she wants to ask you something, or he wants to ask you something, and you're on the phone, and then at the end, you're like, don't you see I'm on the phone? What's wrong with my child? Doesn't see I'm busy now? Okay, he goes to his room. Then you talk to your husband. And then when you talk to your husband, he tells you, I'm on the phone now. Ooh, you get mad. Why you get mad? Why when the child wants you, it's okay for you to be on the phone? But when you want your husband or the husband wants the wife, one of you, then you get mad. So get off the phone, talk to me. So you understand, to talk to someone, you have to get off the phone. So when the kids need you, don't get off the phone. When the kids need you, we don't realize what we're doing to them. Or like we said one time, kids are not stupid. When the neighbor comes to you, and whatever it is, David, Moshe, Yitzchak, Rachel, Rivka, whatever it is, they come to visit you. Look at you. He grew up. Look at him. He's so cute. Let me give you a hug. Let me give you this. You compliment her. Look at your son. Look at your girl. Your daughter grew up. Now, wow. Thank God. Look at them. And your kids in the living room looking at you and like, is mommy okay? She never said this to us. My parents never said that to us. Look at you. You grew up. You become a man suddenly. You become a woman. Look at you. Your hair. You're nice. To us, never. But to the neighbors, yes. You think the kids don't see that? What do you think? Why the Torah says, ואהבת לרעך כמוך? מה זה ואהבת לרעך כמוך? You should love your friend as you love yourself. Why the Torah said it? Because just the way you don't want people to scream at you. You don't want people to yell at you. You don't want this and you don't want that. Fine. But remember, just the way you don't like it, your kids don't like it. ואהבת לרעך כמוך. What it means? Whatever you don't like anyone does to you, why should I do it to others? Why should I do it? If I don't like someone screaming at me, I don't like someone yelling at me, I don't like someone putting me down, and if they do, I yell back and I make sure that they don't do it again. But why it's okay to do it to my kids? Why it's okay to insult my kids? Why chas v'shalom, when the kid's sick, you sit next to his bed and you feel bad and you read Tehillim and your heart hurts you and you see the tubes and the pipes and this and IV and the who knows what, chas v'shalom, and your heart kills you. The kid is in the hospital, is in the bed, and you pray to God just to come back home, and you sit next to her or him in the bed and you read Tehillim all day and you call rabbis to pray for the child. And God says, I don't understand you. When the kid home all day, you ignore the child. You ignore the kid. But when the kid is in the hospital, you cry and you care and you this and you that. They're like, I don't understand. Why can we be nice to them at home and no need to wait for the hospital then to feel bad? I don't understand. So Hashem says, why? Well, I have to put a child in a hospital for you to feel that you feel bad for the child? No. What the Torah says, I want to end just, maybe it's part 1, we'll see, Be'ezrat Hashem, I'll do part 2, Hashem should help us. How many times the Torah says, look at the Siddur, I'm sure you're praying so many times, and the Siddur says, Baruch atah Hashem, habocher be'amo Yisrael be'ahava. Hashem, you choose us with love. And then it says, ahavat olam ahavtanu. Hashem, you love us forever. And then it says, ahavti etchem banai. And then it says, so many times it says, ahava, ahava, ahava in the Siddur. Every Shachrit. Pray, look at Shachrit. Look, Shachrit, how many times it says that Hashem loves us. We know Hashem loves us. But Hashem says, what's wrong? What's wrong with me reminding you every day that I love you? Yes, you are my children, I love you. You know why it says in the Siddur so many times? Because Hashem says, look, just the way I love you so much, and I make sure every morning that you pray to me, I make sure I remind you, I love you, I love you, I love you. Ahavat olam ahavtanu. Ahavti etchem banai. HaKadosh Baruch Hu ohev otanu. Mochiach, Hashem constantly keeps saying, Habocher be'amo Yisrael be'ahava. Everything is with love. Why? I want to remind you I love you. But one thing is, do me a favor. The way I do it to you, show the kids. Show your kids you love them too. Say it. Show them you love them. If they are my kids, if I'm not going to love them, who's going to love them? If I don't show them love, who's going to show me love? So therefore, Hashem says, I'm going to show you. And I'm going to remind you love every morning. But it's a message for you to do the same to your children. Show them. Show them you love them. Remind them. Give them feelings like, I'm happy you're helping me. I'm happy I have you. Thank God I have you. I'm so happy. You're such a good kid. You're such a good kid. You this. And I'm not exaggerating. It sounds like a show, but it's not. You'll do it. Maybe in the beginning it looks like a show. It's fake. But you're going to get used to it and you will see. You will see how much it's important to give. I told you in a few classes, last year. I told you last year in one of the classes that after I gave a class, I'll never forget this in my life. 12 years old girl came to me and she says, Rabbi, I heard your class. I was upstairs in my room. I said, this class is not for you. This class for your parents, not for you. She says, no, I want to tell you something. I heard your class. And I heard what you told the parents, that the living room was packed with parents. And you told them how much it's important to hug a kid. And I'm embarrassed to tell you, Rabbi, that I don't remember when was the last time my parents hugged me. When you hear such a thing from 12 years old girl saying to me, I don't remember when was the last time I got a hug from my parents. How do you feel? How she feels? Is that hard to give my kids a hug? They are my children. I have to love them and do the best for them. You can't hug your own child. So much pride in you, so much ga'ava in you. Well, you want a child to come and beg, Daddy, can you hug me? Can I have a hug, Daddy? Mommy, can you give me a hug? Or the kids need to beg you to give them a hug? Or they have to be sick, chas v'shalom? Then to come and hug them in the bed. I wish Hashem will help you and you feel better and you'll be home soon. Don't worry, Mommy loves you. Oh, now you wake up? Do we need it? No, chas v'shalom. We don't need it. So therefore, Be'ezrat Hashem, we should all learn to work on this midah. And again, my shiurim, if you hear them once, I don't think you'll gain much. You have to hear it again and again. Maybe I wasn't so clear. Maybe you understood something else. But try, please, to hear it again and again, and you will see it better. You'll understand it better. And Be'ezrat Hashem will give the best that we can to our children. And when Hashem sees that, Hashem says, you also my child. Yes, you are a parent. You are the parents of your children. But don't forget, for me, you are my children. The way you take care of your kids, that's the way I will take care of you. And I'm sure you know many times, chas v'shalom, many times, a lot of parents, whatever they did to their parents, now your children doing to you. It's important. It's important to be mechanech the kids in the right way. Be'ezrat Hashem, more they respect the parents, more when they grow and they get married, their kids will respect them. And that's how Hashem works. The way you treat them, that's the way I'm going to treat you. So if chas v'shalom, and again, this class today is not for those parents that have anger, and that's a different class, how terrible it is, and the Torah says patur, you know that? Reb Chaim Voloshin says you patur. If your temper, you're going crazy, you're losing your mind, and all you do is screaming at the kids, leave them alone, it's better. It's not your job to discipline the kids, it's not for you. If you say, I always say in Hebrew, you're Majnun case. If you're not, all you do is screaming and yelling, leave your kids alone. Don't discipline them, because the damage you do, it's worse. A parent, chas v'shalom, maybe there is no such a parent, Baruch Hashem, but if there is someone is constantly angry and this and that, so your job is not, leave it to your wife. Or if you're angry and someone, leave it to your husband. An angry person cannot discipline kids right. How can you discipline the kids when they look at you and they think, chas v'shalom, Daddy, maybe fix yourself first. Maybe control your temper first. Then tell me how to behave. You don't think the kids think that way? We have to be the role model. Yes, I have to control myself because I want to discipline my kids the right way. But if I'm not a good role model, I'm always crazy, I'm screaming, I'm this, I'm that. Maybe I'm exaggerating a little bit, but I'm sure you get the point. You want the kids to look at you, to respect you, to love you. You have to be a person like, yes, you are close to me, but you can't constantly scream at me and yell at me and this and that, and then, oh, I'm your parents. The kids must love their parents. I'm doing the laundry and I'm cooking for them and I'm this and I'm that. This is all nice and beautiful. And the kids obligated to respect Abba and Ima. As the Torah says, you have to respect your parents. But don't make it harder for me. There is no mitzvah for the parents to make it so hard for the kids to respect you. Yes, the Torah told me respect your parents, and I'll do it the best way I can. But help me. Help me to respect you. Don't make it harder for me. If a child will come to me and will say, Rabbi, my parents always put me down. My parents always yell at me. Or my father or my mother, whatever it may be, I'm just telling you. If the child feels so bad, how can you come to a rabbi and says, Rabbi, I have a problem. You know, my kids don't respect me. What should I do, Rabbi? I know, they don't respect you. The question is why? Yeah, why? So the Torah says mitzvah. Mitzvah to respect the parents, but please, I'm begging you, don't make it harder for the kids to respect you. You see the child is so excited. He's so excited. He's on a Game Boy now. He's playing the game now. Whatever it is, he almost done. He's so happy. No, Dave, come here. I need this. I need that. Dave, come. Why? Why you stop him in the middle of the game and he's so happy? He's so excited. Now you stop him because you want to show him you're the boss? Why? The kids goes to bed 8 o'clock. They're watching some Disney something or whatever. Or they're playing I don't know what. 7:45. Kids, we're going to bed soon. 10 to 8, kids, we're going to bed soon. Prepare them. No, some parents go, 8 o'clock. Some parents, they go, boom, take the plug out of the wall. Kids, time to go to bed. Why, mommy? Why, daddy? Why? They're right. Prepare them. Tell them, I'm going to shut it down in 15 minutes. We're going to bed in 10 minutes. We're going to bed in 5 minutes. Kids, be ready. At least you prepare them so he knows. He has 15 more minutes to play. 10 more minutes to play. The child knows he prepared himself. But when you come out of nowhere, 8 o'clock, bedtime, let's go. Mommy, what happened? It's a war? Daddy, what happened? I know it's a bedtime, but prepare me. Mitzvah, again, mitzvah for the kids to respect the parents, endless. You are my parents. I have to do anything for you. But don't make it harder for me. Help me to respect you. And this is the right way to discipline the kids. Be'ezrat Hashem will do part 2 and part 3. There is so much to talk about Chinuch Eladim. But again, this topic is each parent, each house, it's a different. It might help to this family. Maybe the other family needs a different guidance. I'm just saying basically the rules. And each one of you will ask his rabbi. I heard a class from another rabbi. He said this and that. Do you agree with him? Do you not? It's okay. Each one of his own rabbi. Ask your own rabbi what you think. But I'm just giving you the big picture. And hopefully, Be'ezrat Hashem, we're all going to work on it. And we'll have the best children. Amen. Ken Yiratzon.